So the Somalis are super mad that Nick Shirley, the YouTuber, has gone to Minnesota to investigate possible fraud that these people might be doing. They've already been caught doing it before, and it wouldn't surprise me that they're doing it again. And they are extremely mad about it. So let's get into it.
So you mean to tell me you went all the way to Minnesota just to pocket watch? And then on top of that, put out misinformation? But that's what I'll be saying, bro, y'all say, this is getting out of hand, bro. We will not accept this. We will not tolerate this in the state of Somalia. I'm sick of these people, bro. I'm sick and tired of them, bro. They stay hating on us, bro. For what, bro? Leave us alone.
The state of Somalia. That is Minnesota, and it will always be Minnesota, not Somalia. And the people are coming over here from these third world countries. They're living off the government. They're a net negative. Yeah, that's a problem for hardworking Americans that are paying taxes every week out of our paychecks for you people to sit on your asses and get free handouts. Yeah, we're getting sick of it. We don't want to fund it anymore. We're done with it.
First things first, I'm actually so shocked that Trump is attacking us. I think Trump should be thanking us in multiple ways, and I'm going to explain. First things first, I think we are a good example of what the American dream can look like. Somali Americans, and it's making me sad and it's funny. I know Somali people are very funny. We're like the class clan who also happens to be valedictorian. Somalis in Minnesota are so successful. I take multiple trips a year to Minnesota and I leave so inspired. You have Somali-owned law firms, Somali-owned pharmacies, Somali-owned everything you can think of. And it's so inspiring to see that what my community could do in just 30 years. Literally, we came to this country not speaking English, not knowing anything. We're Black, Muslim, we're immigrant, and we're able to be that successful. It should be really applauded. I need Trump to stand up and applaud for us because it's shocking. Literally, my friend just moved to Minnesota and she was telling me how when she gave birth, it was an all Somali staff. Her midwife was Somali. Her doctors were Somali. Her nurses were Somali. That is so beautiful to see, and it should be celebrated.
Then go do it in Somalia. Why do they have to come here and do it? Why can't they do it over there in their own country?
Okay. Second of all, Trump, you should be thanking my people for giving a random Midwestern state that much clout and money. I don't think, other than Chicago, I think Minnesota is really popping when it comes to tourism because of Somali Americans like me, okay? So you should be thanking us because Minnesota would have been nothing if Somalis didn't move there. If we're being honest, we have made that state poppin'. We have made it beautiful for the rest of the world. So you should thank us, and if you want, you can donate Minnesota to the great country of Somalia. I think it's a nice trade-off. And last but not least, I'm so happy that people are discovering how funny, witty Somali people are. We're very confident. And although Trump said what he had to say, I want him to know, Yani,
yeah, we know they're confident. They're too confident.
It didn't even bother. It didn't do anything to our confidence. We've heard everything you've said before. People always make fun of Somalia, but I still think I'm better than everyone. God has made me Somali Muhammad. I'm okay. I'm okay. On top of that, I'm Somali American, broski. I'm winning on both sides. But yeah, it's just nice to see that everyone's realizing Somali people are very funny, very confident. And that's never gonna change. It has not changed since colonial days, baby boy, and it's not gonna change because somebody right now decided to make fun of us. We're actually winning the war, so. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Your favorite Somalian freeloader. Hey, thank you for your tax dollar. I'm eating really good. Thank you for taking care of me. I love you, Americans. You've been such a hospitality. Not hostility. You show us hospitality. That's good. We appreciate you. Because of your tax dollar, I get to eat 5 times a day. Before, it was 80 cents. They used to send us back in Africa, 80 cents. Now, I get this EBT card loaded each month with 400 to 500. The freeloader, your favorite freeloader. I'm enjoying myself. Enjoying this food. Taking vacation here. I'm in my free house provided for me by Enhan. So I'm enjoying myself. Please do not disturb me.
Just woke up, okay, so don't mind me, but I'm scrolling on TikTok, having a great old time, laughing, rubbing my ashy ass feet together, and then I come across this post that said, I try to go get Section 8 in Columbus, Ohio, and you know who's at the door? 1,000 Somali people. This nigga was mad because he couldn't go get Section 8. Allah mahena garawan. You would think our founding fathers found Section 8 and just sprinkled it on the Somali community. Bitch, your great grandma and your mama and her uncle and her daddy and her sister are all on Section 8. You just can't be. If we're down there applying for Section 8, doesn't that mean you guys already have Section 8 and we're just now applying? Psych, all jokes aside though, but what the fuck do y'all want from us? Stop bringing us up. Like, goddamn, okay, the ones that scammed in Minnesota and took money from kids, hunger, shit, forget them. I don't give a fuck about them. But you guys are genuinely mad at Somali people for finessing a system that tried to finesse us all. We decided to take that money and multiply and build businesses, then go buy the new cars and the new shoes and the new phones you guys talking about we stuff in our hijabs. Bitch, take some notes. Don't be mad. Be glad.
They're just out here admitting what they're doing, and they all act like this. They are all on some kind of high horse. They think they're better than everybody else. I mean, look how they talk to us. They don't want to assimilate into our culture. I mean, these people are something else.
Name one thing we didn't create. If we created you, we have hand in everything you created. Because remember, humanity started in Somalia. You wouldn't exist if it wasn't for us. The world, as we know today, wouldn't exist if it wasn't for us. So yeah, we have hand in everything. We created everything. I mother humanity. I bet you can say the same. Only a Somali person can say that. If you're not Somali, you don't have that privilege. That's why it's awesome to be a Somali.
What the hell is she even talking about? She talking about the out of Africa theory. I don't believe that theory at all. It is not 100% proven. And there's a lot of other theories that could debunk this theory. And they're coming out with more and more evidence that not all people came from Africa and evolved from Africa.
Hello, Nick, Shirley, I'm talking to you. Nick Shirley. I tell you everything. I want to tell you everything. Let me just change my accent to American accent. I will be right back for you. Please don't go. So there is this guy named Nick Shirley who's going around the Twin Cities harassing Somali childcare centers. And what I wanted to ask this guy is, hey, number one, tell me, why are you only talking? See, the accent is back, damn. So why are you only talking to, people that can't speak English? Why are you only interviewing individuals who are having language barrier? I mean, I know there are a lot of English speaking Somalis around, and I get it. This is like to feed the narrative, right? However, when you have zero evidence to back up these claims, it's really affecting our businesses. It's affecting our image as a Somali people. I get it. It's hard to believe that this community, this minority community who's been here less than 35 years is, building businesses, building brands, buying houses, luxury houses. Then I get it. It's like, where is this money coming from? But hey, I promise you, it's not coming from childcare centers. I worked at a childcare center. Okay. I worked at their office. They get audits every 6 months. Okay. The government employees shows up out of nowhere just to do a random checkup. Okay. They are heavily looked on. The government does not ignore these things.
And somehow they managed to steal tons and tons of money.
Oh, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Let's just be happy with the Somali community. Let's just be, we're just thriving, man. We are getting degrees and making money, and we are doctors, and we are nurses, and we are social workers, and it's hard to believe. I get it, but it should not be that hard to believe, because we are here and we are contributing to society. Get with it, okay?
Hi, I'm from Minneapolis. I've lived in Minneapolis for 10 years and I love it there. And I just wanted to get on here and say that nobody in Minneapolis, nobody in South Minneapolis, or like any part of Minneapolis wants anything to happen to our Somali neighbors and our Somali community members. We don't want anything to happen to our Spanish-speaking neighbors and community members and friends and family members and the kids and their parents and their grandparents. We don't want anything to happen to them. Nobody is asking for these people to come in and take our friends and neighbors and families and coworkers. Not a single person in Minneapolis wants this. I just want to make that abundantly clear.
Yeah, well, that wasn't true.
I want to be proud to say I'm from Minnesota again. We welcomed people into this community, into this state, and they're stealing from us. They're stealing from you. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care what political affiliation you claim to be a part of. This child care center fraud is an abomination, and it should upset every single Minnesotan. People that steal from you are not your friend. People that take advantage of you are not your friend, are not a part of your community. And it's time to drop this Minnesota BS, this Minnesota nice, and start standing up for our state. Start standing up for what we believe in so that we can be proud to stand firm in who we are in Minnesota and what we stand for. And this is not it.
Yeah, he's right. And it's people like this that are going to allow our country to be taken over by third worlders. And, you know, they are doing this whole white knight thing for these people when these people do not care about us. They don't care about her. They don't care about our culture. They don't care about our country. All they want is to reap the benefits of our country and our government and our tax dollars. And that's it. They don't want to assimilate. They don't like us. So these people right here, they will watch our country just completely be, you know, flushed down the toilet.
This is a little Somali girl in Minnesota.
Support everyone, and because like people deserve to be here, because we shouldn't be illegal when this is literally like stolen land.
See how the left did this? Now it's even coming from the mouths of children that this country isn't legitimate and it's all stolen land.
It's in our schools too. It's with our kids too. Our kids are saying the same thing. You guys know I've posted videos before of, you know, kids saying that this is stolen land. That's what they learned at school, and we killed everybody and took their land. I mean, if you know the true story of how our country came to be, and you hear something like this, it just drives me nuts, because they have no idea what it took for our country to become what it is. They have no idea, and they don't respect it.
Building an entire army of people who believe that they just have every right to come and take your stuff because your stuff is not legitimate. Your country is not legitimate. Your citizenship, your nationhood is not legitimate. Your ancestry is not legitimate. I'm not going to tell off a kid, but to this kid's parents or whoever's teaching her this crap at school, this is conquered land, and I'm descended from the conquerors. So while I appreciate this little window into what's being said behind closed doors, maybe you guys ought to revise what you're preaching, because the patience of the American people has grown more than thin on this topic. This is not stolen land. This is the United States of America. If you can't respect and abide by that, then...
If you're Minneapolis.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah, ya Allah.
This is Little Mogadishu, Minneapolis, the unofficial capital of the 100,000 plus Somalis that have made Minnesota their home, but not everyone wants them here.
The president says he doesn't want any Somalis living in the U.S. after a few dozen were implicated in a COVID relief fraud case.
Do you speak any English?
Somali.
French? No. No English? This community speak English?
Yeah, why not? What I'm speaking now? Am I speaking for Greek?
Why are you so revved up right now?
That takes time. Somalis came here 30 years ago.
You think 30 years is not enough time to assimilate?
I do not agree with the assimilation. I came from Virginia previously.
Why from Virginia to Minnesota?
Well, we have more Somali, more power, we have more political power. We can have better chances here.
Have you heard about the statewide welfare fraud? Estimated $1 billion plus.
I think that one's fair. Maybe the small portion is accurate. I don't think that's not the accurate description for the whole community.
78 people have been charged at this point. 77 of them are Somali. They set up these feeding centers all across the state, and we're getting payments out to these feeding centers, but kids aren't actually being fed.
How deep does this fraud rabbit hole go?
We're told it gets up potentially $8 billion here in the state. Really, that's picking the easy to get fruit. There's really no telling how deep it is.
We have autism centers around the state being fraudulently billed, made up autism cases. They don't actually have a diagnosis, but they're being charged for it.
Families with autistic children, with disabled children who aren't getting services because other families in the state are deciding to lie and say, oh, I have an autistic child, and they get a kickback. There isn't a hatred of Somalians or anything like that here. This is something that needs to come to an end. The Somali community here in Minnesota, they need to take some accountability and police themselves. This has to be tackled, and everybody needs to be part of that solution.
Within our community, we usually send money back home to the less fortunate.
So up there they have a money place you can send back.
Right there.
The scale of this operation is quite large. In fact, World Bank data shows that 17.5% of Somalia's GDP consists of remittances. A remittance is a transfer of money, usually by a migrant worker, to their family or friends in their home country. 40,000 Minnesotans were born in Somalia, so many are still in close touch with their families back home. We continue to walk around the Carmel Mall when, as if we weren't out of place enough already, a cop came to escort us to building management. ROCA News. Alright, so we were just pulled aside by security. Now we're okay though to film inside. So one interesting thing is when a store is unoccupied, people won't necessarily lock it. We've seen a lot of unattended to stores. So it's clearly like a high trust community here, and we're the only two white guys in all 4 floors of this. It's very tight.
I moved from Sweden 5 years ago. What brought me? I came here because they were already Somali community established. So I said, okay, let me go there so that I can start my business. Somali community are like huge supporters for each other.
The white Americans around, are they friendly? Are they not?
I know none of them. When I was coming to America for the first time, I was carrying a Swedish passport and I was black and hijabi, you know? And the officers in the immigration, they were like, they probably were expecting a Viking. That's what America stands for. Like everybody's segregated in their own community. White people are with white people. Somali people are with Somali people. That's what America is. You come here, you start your own community and you stay with your community.
Yeah, these people don't like us. They don't want to be around us. They don't want to assimilate into our culture. And I don't know why we just keep allowing them to come over here to reap the benefits of our tax dollars, to be nothing but a net negative. It says 81% of Somali immigrant-headed households in Minnesota receive some form of welfare. Cash assistance, SNAP, Medicaid for Somali-headed households with children. The rate rises to 89% receiving some form of welfare, with 86% on Medicaid, 62% on food stamps, and 23% on cash welfare. The report notes that even among Somali households in the U.S. for 10 plus years, welfare usage remains high, around 78%. For some form. Yeah, these people have tons of kids. They get tons of benefits. They get to, just enjoy life, living off of the American taxpayer and send a bunch of their money home. And then I'm sure a lot of them will eventually go home and live there. They have no loyalty, no allegiance to our country. And a lot of us are just tired of it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'd really like to know what you guys have to say about all this. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. You can also find me on Rumble, Twitch, and X, and I'll put those handles down underneath this video in the video description and up in my channel bio. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.